Alright, welcome back everyone. New project day. Should be my last Christmas project of the year. If you can't tell by the box, this was a Temu purchase. Sort of crunched up a little bit in shipping, but shouldn't matter in the long run. One little book nook. It looks like it's going to be one of those dollhouse book nooks. I'm seeing a couch back there, so I get to do some upholstery on this one. Looks like a bed up here in the loft. Don't know. I say it's a no-name, whatever company that is. And like I say, I think I just checked it. It was like $18 on Temu right now. So, but Temu, I don't know if it'd make it over here or not in time for Christmas. But it should be a fun. Looks like a fun little, Christmas scene, house, doodad, whatever you want to call it. You got looks like a fireplace, Christmas tree, little living room. I say it's sort of what do you call it, a mini house or whatever, micro house. But while I'm opening it up, if you're new here, this is what I do. I buy these kits and build them step by step, mostly in real time. You get to see all my successes and all my failures. Now hopefully fix those inevitable failures as they come up. Upload daily and just try and have a good time. We're not solving the world's problems, just building silly little models, having us a bit of fun. You see any kits or builds or sets you want me to take a shot at, feel free to drop them in the comments. I'm always looking to add on my list. And I got the most intelligent audience on YouTube because y'all provide me with nothing but the best of options. That being said, let's see what all I've got. Got various stacks and bags of stuff in now an empty box. And, did come with the batteries. Unusual, but not bad. Okay, it's one of those, this is one of those hard ones. It's you get to cut out your own thing. These are not stickums. These are cut out and do it yourself, which I don't mind every now and then. It doesn't look as nice in the end when I do it, but there's a certain sense of accomplishment when you can get these things done by yourself. I think this one's going to be a challenge, and these usually take me at least 2 weeks, so this should get us right up to Christmas. Looking at even though it's a fairly small one, but getting got pretty good pictures on it. Not the best printing in the world, but I've definitely seen worse. Okay, there's our template for our fabric. Usually it's paper, probably paper and fabric. Got all kinds of things to cut out on there, so always fun. And let's see, another sheet of things to cut out. So that's our other sides and a few more bits and bobs. Okay. And let's see, one more piece of wood. So looks like, only seeing. Okay, that's probably in here. I was just thinking that looks like the bottom and sides. So, okay, that must be the back, because that's the. Oh, you know what? I haven't got this light on. Okay, so we got the back and the sides there. Let's see. Our bag of thing. I'm not even going to open that because I'm not going to be using any of those tools. File them right where they need to go. And a stray piece of cardboard. So that's. Okay, got 2 baggies of goodies. Okay, so there's our top. Look at that based on the picture. Yeah, so that's that. This is basically just all our wood pieces and whatnot. Let me see, do I have, empty it into a bowl. I start sorting through this stuff pretty quick to find it. See, I found it's easier to put it out in the open than it is trying to find it in the baggie. Yeah, so there's our front and our top. I'm going to put those over there with our other sides. And this must be our floor and our, that's battery compartment there. Okay, so we got some windows, and there's some runners for the stairs. Various shapes that don't look like anything right now because they're just random shapes, but I do see a reindeer rocking horse. But that's what we're working with in that bag. Let's take a look at this one. Oh, and I've got, oh, that's the batteries. Okay. Okay, this one got a Christmas tree and some garland, and there's some. We're gonna turn those into cakes and fruits usually. There's some gold. I call them cattails. That's what they sort of look like on there. I see there's more garland. Yeah, only 3 or 4 things in there, so that's not too hard. Got ribbons and bead chains, lace. See a couple pieces of wire. A little bit of just trim, it looks like, in there. That's cool. And then our bits and bobs of, looks like some shoe here. Let's see. Get a little bit closer on these little bitty bits. Look like star glitter type stuff there. And more snowflakes and beads. More beads. See a few stars. Yeah. It's all kinds of little things. It's amazing what they can make these things turn into with a little bit of. Okay, there's our lighting system, and that looks like a token pieces of sandpaper. Yeah. Sandpaper. Throw that up there with the rest of it. And this is generally they use this stuff as like tape. I've pretty much moved over to just using glue. Oh, and it is the. Okay, so I'm gonna get to use some soldering practice on this, and these are the individual. You get to put all your own wiring in place on this one. I say it's one of those. It's a real sense of accomplishment to get this thing to look anything at all like the picture in the end. Let's see, grab another bowl for lights here. It's a little smaller one here. Okay, and got some, looks like snow powder. Okay, start there, and got, I think this one feels like mostly fabric. We've got some batting in the middle here. Yeah, fabrics. There's a couple of sticks in there. And what do you here? Oh, and a mirror. Or what, going to represent a mirror, I'm sure. And let's see what we got here. Say batting, little moss, crepe paper, thick felt, thin fabric, slightly thinner felt, more fabric, and more felt, and more fabric, and more felt, and more fabric. Okay, yeah, this sort of looks like, ooh, vinyl. Okay, a couple pieces of vinyl. No, that's not vinyl, that's plastic. Okay. And it's sort of, yeah, sort of wide variety of fabrics to work with here. And like I said, our stuffing for our beds and pillows and doodads and who's-its and what's-its. Okay, I'm going to stick these guys back into the bag from whence they came. I don't know which one it was. I'm going to use this one. Be easier to repack it when I turn off the camera. But that's everything we got in there. That's for 9 minutes so far-ish. Let's see. What do they start with? Okay, they start with the outside. So I'm gonna go ahead and jump in and start making. Do we actually get to put that? Oh, okay. So they start with the outside and go into decorating the outside, one side. So, and the floor. How many pages is it into before I get to actually assemble? Okay, and then go to a bookshelf. Okay, let's say these are always. I say you'll be in for a ride on this one, but I'm going to grab these first few pieces and we'll get going on it and see where we can get to tonight. Okay, so here we are. Got our first cut's been made. Not beautiful along the edges, but about as good as I've ever done. Basically, pretty straightforward. Just glue that one on there, and this one on here. Looks like I'm gonna get a pretty good match on our window frame here. But before I do that, I have learned from experience, I'm supposed to do the inside of our window. This should be, that's not nearly enough. Is it 2 pieces? Okay. Something I didn't notice, all the actual instructions are in Chinese, so I'm going by pictures and seeing what my phone can translate for me. Let's see, get that. It does a good job of translating, but I don't think it matters. The instructions aren't that great. Maybe I was supposed to cut 2 of those out. Where's this one go? I go from here around there. Put me to there. Somewhere about here. I'm not sure. It doesn't. Let's see, that's going to be. I found the picture. That's going to be the most. They got it doing this side, which is going to be the most visible. This is the angle you're going to see it from mostly. So I guess it's just 1 piece. But it seems odd, because even the picture doesn't show, that's not going to be enough to break it all the way around. So, maybe I should wait on that. But now let's plow forward. If I can find my... Okay, I've lost everything tonight. Let's use old piece of acrylic. Okay, so get our old B7000 out, because that's... And my phone stand maybe be a good... I'm wanting... I'll double check myself, I'm wanting... Yeah, this side. So, like that. See if I can get the nozzle unclogged. Just do it real light. That seems to be about where it was, and see if hopefully the glue's not going to all soak into this softwood. Just work it around and inside. There and just thread it. It's not. There we go. Okay. That seems to be sitting in pretty good. It's pretty flush there. I'm gonna say it's not perfect, but I think perfect enough for me. Okay. Now, let's got one here. So, sticking with the B7000. Let's try and get me. This is one that's easier to do with the bigger tube, I'm realizing. But it's working. Fairly close to that edge. And also down on the outer edge too, now that I'm thinking about it. Okay. I've lost my old reliable squeegee that I've been using basically since I started the channel. So I'll have to do this by hand, get you lined up without frame there. Pretty good. Give me something nice flat edge. Okay, I know. Where'd my little... there we go. Swizzle stick thingy. Nice solid edge on it. Swish down any glue risers we got. It's also rounded so there's no the hole. Okay. Down a little bit there. Okay, I moved down a little bit on my window frame, but I think hopefully they're going to have a cover over top of that edge, but I'm pretty happy with that. It looks worse on camera, that white line there, but in person it's pretty... Let's see, can I get it? No, I don't think it's going to come back up. Okay. But to be a little less aggressive with my roller next time, I just eased it down, a 1/16 of an inch or something like that, maybe a 32nd, just to throw it off a little bit. But now that I'm looking at it, yeah, I think I am going to go ahead and pull one more of those strips. I think there was 3 of those strips, the red strips, so yeah. I need to do a second one. See if I can't finish wrapping the inside of that. And I think I just lost a piece of my dust cover. Maybe they're both over there. Okay. Get the old X-Acto knife out. Inside a little bit there. I'll probably start that one about right there, just so I get a full wrap on it. There. Gee, where I can reach you, sort of hanging off the edge there. So just start it, give it a little overlap there. Down in the corner. There. Down in that corner. Use a way up the edge. Alright. Now I can really see where I pulled that one down a little bit, so hopefully there's going to be something to give us a little grace on that. But otherwise, pretty good inside lining. And we can set that one aside. And this one, far less work. So this will be an easier venture. No extra inside stuff to do. But let's just start. Go around outside edge. I had to turn off my overhead light because it was getting way too much glare on these pieces, but hopefully there's enough. Yeah, y'all are seeing it better than I am. The shadows are far worse for me. It'll take a tremendous amount over here, so it's just. It's got full coverage anyway. Now, you on the corner. out from the inside. And then actually roll it this time rather than try and drag it along. I don't think it works as good. Yeah, definitely gotta do some. I say that squeegee is in here somewhere. It's just underneath something somewhere. Yeah, I got it nice, and you can still see a little glue lines in the right glare, but it feels pretty smooth to the touch. All right, so that one, like I said, the easy one. Put you over there with your friend. And where are we at now? 25 minutes? Yeah, I need to keep going a little bit further in this. I'm going to skip over and go ahead and do the back section too while I'm doing gluing big sections. That's actually, like I said, it's another. There's a couple of things to do in between here, but they're tiny details. I work on big picture projects. Okay, oh, forgot I had this thing. I don't know if that glue's still liquid. Let's see. This B7000 that is put in another glue bottle, so I don't know if it's going to work for me or not. Let's see. I'll turn it upside down. Maybe for the next piece it'll be ready to go. So, this is a small one anyway. This should be all right. Same basic thing, just make sure I get around the edges. A little bit on the inside. If I don't peel it up. Okay. Oh, I actually forgot some pieces on the other one. Okay. So go back and do that too. I say pretty, just like that second one, just pretty straightforward. Okay, but on these guys, we're down here, we got decorative wood trim pieces that go on here and here. So I think this seems like a job for the old hot glue gun. It's going to be pretty well flush up against this edge. So let me grab my square. Oh, it's not all the way flat against the bottom, so no, I won't do the square on that one. Okay, so that's what we're going to be going for. Okay, so just give me a bead down the middle. And squish you down. Alright. A little crooked, but within tolerance for me, I think. And same over here, except I'm going against this edge. I almost did it that edge. Very good. Like I say, just a nice little accent piece for us. No, and also a little crooked on it too. Got it showing at the bottom, but I think that'll be a little less obvious than the other one. Okay, so those 3 pieces out of the way, and let's do the floor. Okay, so I want to see if that glue's gonna pour for me over there. Just see, I don't think there's any. Got 3 marks on there. It's got a circle in there. What's this? I don't see any. I don't see any indicators on the floor. They got them circled there, and there, but they may just, maybe we're supposed to poke the holes for that. But onto there like so. Nice little tile mosaic looking floor. Yeah, let's see. Let's see if this will flow. I'm not even sure. Not sure. I think I think it's the nozzle's too small for it. Yeah, I think that's old glue. I'm pretty sure it's thickened up and it just won't flow out that nozzle. It's still moving around in there. But still got some left in this little guy, so we'll keep going with it. Around the hole there. I don't need lines in there, just drop you down on there. Square you up. Okay, that seems pretty good. A little over on this side, but within tolerance, I'd say. Let's see, so let's pop these guys in. And over here. There's supposed to go down, not up. I'm pretty sure we're going to put something on top of those holes anyway, so it's not that big of a deal. But there you go. All in there. Okay. Now, I'll flip back here, and this is the part where I'm going to tell you the fabric they come in sent with it does not match up with the measurements in the guide. So my hands are so dry, it's picking up on the it's not static, it's like my trying to think of the word. Sort of like just sticking to me. Okay, so gonna pop that down there, and so anytime I do with fabric stuff, I always go with the hot glue gun. Just try and get the first one down. work my way around the rest of them, try and find a good spot with no. Get it straightened out. There's not much. I forgot that I was supposed to leave extra room around the pattern to glue it down with. I figured that out before and forgot in the meantime. But let's see if I can't. The corner here. Pulled it right off. Enough left on there. Yeah. Ouch. I like the cordless nature of this glue gun, but I do miss the low setting on my old glue gun because this one oozes quite a bit. I'm going to try and get one more in right up here in this. Okay. And then, according to the instructions, we're supposed to cut all these things out so we can use them. But I, once again, have learned from experience, you only cut the ones out you need, especially for these tiny little pieces. And right now, I don't know what I'm going to do tonight. I only need one of these little guys right there. So I'm probably about to mess things up. Let's just... Yeah, I never have much luck with material stuff. Let's see if this will work or not. Nope, it did not. Yeah. We may end up with just painting this stuff on. Yeah, I'm just going to paint it on. Because we get to do some more cutting. But this is felt, so it's a little bit more forgiving and more, I mean, honestly functional to me. You don't get the, you know, it doesn't, I don't, that just bugs me that they let put so little. These should be spread out much more if you're going to do this sort of thing. You're going to give me all the extra material, spread it out so I can cut in between them with real scissors and make some real cuts. Okay. Seems like I've been pretty negative here lately about stuff like that. Okay, so, and same thing with this one. Just doing 3 of them, you could give a whole lot more room around the edge here to glue with. But, okay. Some blob there. Between them. spots there and there. I'm less concerned about, like I say, the felt is a little more, got that tight weave, so it's not as likely to come apart on me. I only need one. There's a lot of regular fabric pieces over there that I'm not looking forward to dealing with on this project. Maybe across. Okay, there we go. We're stuck. Get it lined back up again. We're supposed to cut off here. Okay, see, that is ideal as far as a cutting material. And let's see, will my I don't know if my marker will mark this up or not. Let's find out. Yeah, it comes out a little pink, but it still works. I think. Same. Same basic effect coming through. Okay. Yeah, I'm not dissatisfied with that. Okay, and we're supposed to take our 2 centimeters, I think it said. Yeah, 2 centimeters of our little wire. Where did my clippers go? Over there. Centimeters seems generous. Oop. Alright. And roll it over to make a hook. Up again. It's got a little. These, I think I picked them up off an Amazon haul. They've been really useful. Got a little valley there for them if we can make our thing. That's a little wide for that. Let's go a little bit further up. I think that'll be all right. And the bad thing about this gold wire, I don't know if it's going to focus on it or not. And it may not even show up on camera, but the gold, I wouldn't call it plating, the wrap or whatever they put on it, as you bend it, it does peel off. So that's something, don't want to do too much bending on it. Did the paint soak all the way through? Yeah, it did soak through to both sides. Okay. Let's see here. They're saying we're doing it. Yeah, this is the boot faces the other way, so we're gluing the wire on here. If I can get the hot glue gun to come back on again, I'll stick with that. Might be enough. the front. And we're supposed to put one of those little stars on it. A single one. Ooh, let's see where we're at. And that's yeah. Okay, so you just sort of get a dot to drop out right up there. And just zoom into it, maybe. Some luck. Okay. And that goes on this one. It's supposed to be up here, I think. Looks like it's sort of around that dot right there. So yeah, let's stick with B7000. That seems give me a little wiggle room here. So just give me a little dot on there. Stick to the glue and not to me. And that barely shows up with the seems sort of pointless to have the red stocking behind the red. There's just a white outline on it. They do show it removing the pattern. Yeah, but nice. You see both sides of it. It's got no outline, but over here, outline. It looks like they use paper there instead of felt. Just saying. That's what the appearance is. Maybe, maybe not. Okay, so leave that there. Okay, let's make 2 more pieces before we call it a night. Let's see. So you get all these guys go in here. Got little semicircles, semispheres there. There's big stars. These little things are going to end up being dangly bits. And our bead chain, as the translator tells me I want 6 of the beads. I think even my specs on them, I have trouble seeing this. Let's double spec it. Maybe. 1, 2, 3, 4. Extra won't hurt nothing, I don't think. Okay. Okay, so that for the moment. And basically it starts off with putting these guys go on here, sort of floating on the front, so we have the flat bit on the back. So I think something odd shaped and so that's definitely a hot glue gun moment. Definitely something this small is gonna be burn potential here. Let's see. I can get some. Keep it reasonably flat. And peel off all the glue strings. Okay. That feels pretty stable, and it's not flat, but it's, well, I might have just broken it off too. Yeah. Let's see. Yeah. Okay, I think it'll be alright. One more time. Get more central on the. Alright. And that. That's too much glue. I can't hardly see the little pink bit in there. Okay. Yeah, it popped off. Yes, that. Okay, this may be a start it up tonight, finish it tomorrow thing then. Let's clean that out. Yeah, that's let's see what happens with that. That'll be what I do. I'll just do the. I think I got some more of these left over from long ago. Yeah, I know. Toss the contaminated one. And let's see what happens if I put the glue clean off my nozzle here on the hot glue gun while it's still warm. Okay. This dries pretty clear, so around there. Up you on it. Okay. Now, rather than try and do anything ambitious tonight, I'm gonna call that. Seems like these things are always slow starts, but it's slow, then you're done. But we got our couple of walls. Oh, cover that thing up before I hit myself. If I got our walls going and our floor, so and this is going to be the inside, so it's kind of, I'm assuming, oh, mounts up, maybe it's the top, no, I'm not sure how this is going to go. It seems like it should have to go like that, but that's not the wrong side. Oh. Okay, this may be the underneath. Yeah, that's probably that's what the floor's going to sit on. That's what that is. That, and this is going to go in here. That back there. So that's what's going to keep our floor fairly level. Okay, I'm picking up what you're putting down. Okay, but that's where we got to in our one almost invisible. In person, it's almost invisible stocking there. But there we go. That's where we're at tonight. Hopefully we can pick up the pace a little bit tomorrow and make a little bit more progress. Once we get done with this little bit, we get to build us some bookshelves. And those are always sort of fun to make. It doesn't look like I have to make the individual books, so that helps too. But I'm gonna call it right there. Thanks for watching, everybody. Like, subscribe, comment, complain, share. Do whatever you want to with all of that. Be good to one another. Stay safe, and click on a link. There's my channel over there if you'd like to subscribe. There's my other channel where Someday I'm going to start firing that back up. This is what YouTube thinks you should be watching, and that's going to be the playlist for this whole build once I get started. You got a second one up. Thanks for watching. See you tomorrow.